Honey, child. I'm not gonna be here too long. I just want to talk about the trade today. Um, I put a Google short, YouTube short. I did a short, just showing my exit on my trade today. But I am coming to the charts to review what had happened this week or today. Excuse me, today. So the draw on liquidity when we closed on Friday was here. And then on the weekly chart, we also talked about this fair value gap here. And then I don't even know if I got to this draw up here. Let me see on the daily because yeah, I had to because I have buy side marked right here. So we filled this weekly fair value gap. And what could happen over here is that I'll be watching for is this could either turn into a inversion fair value gap or a BIPR, a BPR. So we won't know that until we get our candle for next week over here. And that candle will either come down and maybe balance out this price range so we don't get a fair value gap, or it'll give us a fair value gap and then we'll have a BPR. So we just got to wait and see, but I got that on my radar. Okay, so this is the weekly chart and we got 0.90 away from this draw on liquidity up here. Pretty amazing. So then when we go down to the daily chart, yeah, so I would have had this as my draw here, and then this is my draw here, and obviously I got rid of that. And then we have this fair value gap. I don't think I had this fair value gap on my chart when I did my initial analysis for the week. So I'm glad that I have it on there now. So what I spoke about in the video that I did yesterday, the little 3-minute video, is price provided an opportunity to get in below the week open, which if we're bullish, that's where we want to enter. It provided that opportunity right here. We had created this 1-minute order block below the week open, and price went to where did it go to 50%? It went, I think, it went to the 618. So it went to the 618, and then that was like that's a trade that I've said, I had things to do and I needed to move on with my day, and I just wasn't prepared on a Sunday to sit and watch the chart. So I'm glad I actually didn't get in the trade because I don't need to trade on Sundays. So then, price did all this. Now keep in mind, even though price went up here and there's probably some liquidity or something over there that it took out, even though price came down like this, we're still bullish and we're looking for opportunities to go long below the weekly open. So what do we have here? Look at this beautifulness. Basically, the last opportunity to get in really below midnight open and below the weekly open for me would have been maybe, it depends on when I'm looking at it down here, because there's an opportunity to get in on this. I think that's an order block. It's no, it's not dark. Okay, I'm gonna give it this one right here. This order block right here would have been the last opportunity to get in. Oh no. So if we had this order block right here and had our stop down here, then obviously this and this would have been an opportunity. But over here, we got this order block right here. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. So this is the one right here. No, because I'm trying to get in below midnight open. So it would have to been over here. But if you got in on this order block right here, you just have to know your stop would have to be down here. So of course I wasn't up at midnight Pacific time for any of this right here. Um, and so I was watching price. So this is when it came down below the weekly open one more time into this order block. So even though we couldn't get in by below midnight open, below midnight open, we could buy below the weekly open and that's what we're looking for. So there you go right there. So then when I woke up, I gotta put my order screen on because I'm all dazed and confused right now looking at this later, but I wanted to let the market close. So how about I just do that and then I can explain what I did. So of course I'm bullish, right? Oh no, it took it away. Oh, dagnabbit. Oh man, I swear I just logged in and I saw my orders here, but then it resets at the end of the day. And shoot, oh well. Um, so what had happened is I think I got in like around on this order block down here. Shoot, let me pause real quick and find my because I think I took a screenshot. Let me pause real quick. Un momento, por favor. Okay, that's funny. I wasn't over far enough on the chart. So at first, when I was looking at the chart, I was like, I had gotten in long and I'm trying to mess with these inversion fair value gaps. So over here, there's like an inversion fair value gap. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get in. I see it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then it might have been this right here. And then it came down and spanked me. And I took like a little $200 loss. But then I was like, I'm committed. I'm committed. So we already had price reject off of this 1 hour fair value gap. And then it came into this 3 minute order block. So I was like, I'm confident in my analysis. I know we're going up. So after I got stopped out, I waited and then I got in at 22. I got in, I guess I could do this. Click on this. And then it's like right here. 2090. So I got in right there. And I believe what I was looking at was like an entry off of an order block. Earn rich, when rich. Because I got in here. Y'all don't give me a line. If I don't record it when I'm doing the trade, I can't help you. I don't know. 2209. So yeah, I don't know I don't know what I was looking at. Maybe it was on this. Maybe we had already broken the high of this candle and then I just put my order here. I'm not even sure. I don't know. But nonetheless, I don't feel like I was chasing. I was confident that it was gonna go up. We had run this liquidity here. We had the strong reaction off of the hourly fair value gap. This was just a retracement down. I'm gonna take well no. This was just a retracement down to I believe it was an OTE. A little bit deeper. OTE would be right here between these two levels, but it came to 786. So I was like, I'm cool, like we know where price is going and we know what the draw on liquidity is. So I got in and I was trading in Top Step and I can only make Top Step Combine. I can only make $1,500. So I got out up here, right there. And so I had the Camarilla pivots on, and really I was targeting the Camarilla pivot 4. This is level 4 right here. But you know, I can only make $1,500, so I got out the trade. So ideally, if I was trading this and I was really trying to take it up to the higher liquidity, then what I would be looking at is how I can manage my stop. So I'm not just having it sitting here on an order block. You know what I mean? Like you want to have it at below an order block, maybe a little bit, lower. Or if there was like a fair value gap right here, maybe below the fair value gap. But basically price went up there, busted it, came down to the order block, didn't break the low of the order block, and she was gone. I don't like to refer to tickers and genders. It was gone. And then it ended up coming up to the R5. So I was talking to one of my trading buddies, and when we were looking at it here, that person was like, "Oh, we made the high of the day," and I was like, "Nah, we going to take out this buy side liquidity up here." So when I saw this start to happen here, and by the way, we had a hourly. Let me turn this off. Let me turn this off. We had an hourly order block here that there was like a real quick push down, and people probably were like, "Oh yeah, we're going down, yeah, we're going to hell." And so basically it just dipped in the order block. So I was done for the day. I'm very proud of myself because I had discipline. I'm like, after I took that small loss, I ended up with 1,200 and I think $80 or something like that. And I was done for the day, but of course I'm still watching price action and stuff. But I feel so good because there were days where it's like, oh, I want to get back in, and then you get back in and you get the $1,200 back because you just can't be good with enough. So when it came down here and did that, I was like, okay, like where's it going? And then I think I saw an opportunity on one of these charts to it was right here. If I was still trading, well, I probably would have missed the entry anyway. But this is a setup that I'll be trading right here. Oh no. Oh, so I would have had to have it on this whole order block like that with it at the low, because if I had it at the open, and usually I do the opens. Okay, so I would have been tagged in. That's good. I would have been tagged in here. And then if you go for low hanging fruit, then you just go for this high up here, and it went right straight to it and pull back. So this setup I would only take if I don't say I would only take. The goal is to only take it when you have a reaction off of a high time frame PD array, in particular an hourly fair value gap. So that is the day today. I think that's all I have to say. I can't remember at the beginning of this call if I had mentioned. No, I didn't, because it hadn't happened, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. So now we wait. And so what's the plan for tomorrow? The plan for tomorrow is to see if it decides it wants to come down here. Well, first of all, during Asian, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing opens up and runs up and tags this liquidity up here. And then it's just going to be a matter of, is it going to drop down and go into a discount to continue its move up to ultimately target the highs, or to fill that fair value gap. We got this. We got some buy side liquidity. I'm not going to do no chart in here, but we got it here that it could be reaching for. And then we got this all-time highs right here. So, we just wait and see. But until we get some kind of breaking structure on a lower time frame, or set up for, maybe it'll give a 2022 model, to come back down into a discount. I don't know, so I gotta just watch. But whatever I do, I gotta look for my setup at this point. I gotta look for my setup after we find support or reject off of a high time frame PD array. So I got that 1 hour order fair value gap over there, and then I got this 4 hour right here. And so if it decides it wants to pull back and maybe do an OTE before it goes up, an OTE would be right here at this 4 hour fair value gap. So I'll be watching that to see so we see what happens. All right. So anyway, that is day 2 of our analysis of Russell. Thank you, Russie, for being so good to me today. I love you so much, and goodbye.